Shalom, Israel. It's that time again, man. It's the 56th Lord's Annual Passover. It's in Atlanta, April 12th. It's going down. If you're Black, Hispanic, or First Nation people, come down. Celebrate the Lord's Passover with your brothers and your sisters, man. It's the Lord's commandment.
Shalom, Israel. Vengan a la Pascua del Señor Santo, abril 12, va a ser en la ciudad de Atlanta, Georgia. No se lo pierdan, con el comandante general YAHANNA y la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal.
Kum Yashala!
Kum Yashala!
Y.A.H.K presents the Lord's 56th annual Passover going down right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a whole bunch of events lined up for y'all, including the annual lamb slaughter. You already know. Then it's the Hebrew Academy trial. Oh boy. Next we got the children's party. Then you know we got General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class and the Hebrew Academy graduation. The Lord's 56th annual Passover. Pay your Passover fee. It's only $200 to get all these exclusive events. Real Black culture. The generals in attendance and the stage is set. It's going down. April the 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. This event is only for the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indigenous people. We got a week full of events from April the 9th and the 13th. But remember, you got to pay that Passover fee. It's only $200 to get every event exclusively. Here's the itinerary for the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 9th is the annual lamb slaughter. April the 10th is the kids' party. At 7 p.m. later that night, General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class. April the 11th, the Hebrew Academy graduation. Later that night at 8 p.m. is the all-Black party. April the 12th is the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 13th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. $200, 17 years or older, pay your Passover fee. See you in Atlanta, Israel. Shalom.
That's right. Hey, Shalom. This precinct captain of 10,000, Dr. Zaki Shah, under Commanding General YAHANNA, in command of the camps in the state of Virginia, telling you that you must be there. All Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, April the 12th, the Lord's only 56th annual Passover, commemorating how the Lord delivered us out of hundreds of years of captivity and slavery under the Egyptians, Africans who had us in captivity. That's right, we are not Africans. We never were, never will be. You must understand the history and the significance of this. That why the Lord said this is the beginning of our years, the beginning of our year, because the Lord freed us and make us a people. We were in slavery and captivity with an identity that was tied to another race of people who completely exploited and got rich over us while we built them treasure cities and made them powerful. The same way we've done in America, made their inventions, built their roads and their cities. We fought for them. All of the things that we created and invented here, our oppressors completely ate it up. That's the same thing that happened in ancient Egypt. So we remembering this, that the Lord commanded us that we celebrate his Passover to remember how the Lord slaughtered them, wiped out their economy, destroyed their military, and unalived the firstborn of all the Egyptians for the evil that their people was doing to so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the same way he's getting ready to do and deliver us out of this second Egypt in captivity in America and on this side of the world, you understand? Be there, pay your Passover fee, $200, everyone 17 and up. Make sure you're there April 12th in Atlanta. With that, Shalom.
Right now, we're standing in the parking deck of the Cortland Grand Hotel, the site of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And as you turn around, you'll look and see right there the Marriott Marquis. That is the location for the Passover. I'm on Christ Generals. Right now, we're standing in the parking deck of the Cortland Grand Hotel, the site of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And as you turn around, you'll look and see right there the Marriott Marquis. That is the location for the Passover. I'm on Christ Generals. Right now, we're standing in the parking deck of the Cortland Grand Hotel, the site of the Feast of the Women of Israel. And as you turn around, you'll look and see right there the Marriott Marquis. That is the location for the Passover.
You already know it's April the 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the infamous Classic Atrium. I.S.U.P.K presents the All-Black Party with live performances by
You'll never see another
King
like
Ty,
this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night.
144, Nakawa,
Snitching in the ass like bitches. That's why we undefeated.
Shaw,
If for more, right, that's good.
Nataza,
We in the game, coach. Fuck you talking, hey?
special guest from China Monet, and Georgia's own Pastor Troy. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. You already know I.S.U.P.K.com. Shalom.
If I told you go to hell with your tail, I curse. I read
Christ, this Officer 5000, Jeremiah Yachty, camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's flag. April the 11th, we got the black party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior YAHANNA.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. And no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King Yahushua, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Shalom.
Shalom. This year for the 56th annual Passover, Commanding Junior YAHANNA will be offering babysitting services for free for anyone that pays their $200 Passover fee. For paid babysitting and registration for babysitting, please contact Officer Yardan at 773-970-4343. Shalom. Shalom. This year for the 56th annual Passover, Commanding Junior YAHANNA will be offering babysitting services for free for anyone that pays their $200 Passover fee. For paid babysitting and registration for babysitting, please contact Officer Yardan at 773-970-4343. Shalom.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Shalom. It's Precinct Captain of 10,000, Natazaki Shah, under Commanding General YAHANNA in command of the camps of the state of Virginia, telling you that you must be there. All blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans April the 12th, the Lord's only 56th annual Passover, commemorating how the Lord delivered us out of hundreds of years of captivity and slavery under the Egyptians, Africans who had us in captivity. That's right, we are not Africans. We never were, never will be. You must understand the history and the significance of this. That why the Lord said this is the beginning of our years, the beginning of our year, because the Lord freed us and make us a people. We were in slavery and captivity with an identity that was tied to another race of people who completely exploited and got rich over us while we built them treasure cities and made them powerful the same way we've done in America, made their inventions, built their roads and their cities. We fought for them. All of the things that we created and invented here, our oppressors completely ate it up. That's the same thing that happened in ancient Egypt. So we remembering this, that the Lord commanded us that we celebrate his Passover to remember how the Lord slaughtered them, wiped out their economy, destroyed their military, and unalived the firstborn of all the Egyptians for the evil that their people was doing to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the same way he's getting ready to do and deliver us out of this second Egypt in captivity in America and on this side of the world. You understand? Be there, pay your Passover fee, $200, everyone 17 and up. Make sure you're there April 12th in Atlanta. With that, shalom.
Shalom, Israel. I.S.U.P.K presents the Lord's 56th annual Passover going down right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a whole bunch of events lined up for y'all, including the annual lamb slaughter. You already know. Then it's the Hebrew Academy trial. Oh boy. Next we got the children's party. Then you know we got YAHANNA scripture breakdown class and the Hebrew Academy graduation. The Lord's 56th annual Passover. Pay your Passover fee. It's only $200 to get all these exclusive events. Real black culture. The general's in attendance and the stage is set. It's going down. April the 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. This event is only for the black, Hispanic, and Native indigenous people. We got a week full of events from April the 9th and the 13th. But remember, you got to pay that Passover fee. It's only $200 to get every event exclusively. Here's the itinerary for the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 9th is the annual lamb slaughter. April the 10th is the kids party. At 7 p.m. later that night, YAHANNA scripture breakdown class. April the 11th, the Hebrew Academy graduation. Later that night at 8 p.m. is the all black party. April the 12th is the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 13th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. $200, 17 years or older, pay your Passover fee. See you in Atlanta, Israel. Shalom. Friday. You already know it's April the 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the infamous Classic Atrium. I.S.U.P.K presents the All-Black Party with live performances by
Never see another
King Ty,
used to have that white bitch popping on the night.
144, Nakawa,
snitching in the act like bitches. That's why we on the village.
Shaw,
If for more, right, that's good.
Nataza,
We in the game, coach. Fuck you talking, hey?
special guest from China Monet, and Georgia's own Pastor Troy. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. You already know I.S.U.P.K.com. Shalom.
Go to hell with you till I curse. I read
Price, this Officer 5000, Jeremiah, the camp leader of Atlanta. Passover 2025, starting April the 9th, we got the lamb slaughter. April the 10th, we got General Muhammad's flag. April the 11th, we got the black party that's going to have the Hebrew graduation. April the 12th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the 56th annual Passover, the only Passover under Commander Junior Hunter.
Our great and holy King has honored us for turning our lives from the darkness to the light, man. And no greater gift you can receive than to wake up to the truth and then commit your life to saving your brothers, man. Looking in their eyes and seeing their faces and seeing what they've suffered and what they've gone through and seeing the end of it, man. It is a guaranteed seat in the kingdom of heaven, man. So in the name of our King YAHANNA, we dedicate us another Passover of brothers and sisters' lives being saved.
April the 13th, we got the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
I.S.U.P.K.com is the website. I'm Commander General YAHANNA. I got the helm heavy hitters in the building with me. Is General Muhammad in there? Okay, General Muhammad in the building. Yeah. General Alata in the building. General Hazayan in the building. Officer Marah, Officer Yedaya, Officer Ibahaya, and Officer Musamya in the building holding us down as usual. You understand? Doing it like they do. Also, too, man, give a big shout out to Officer Napataza, always holding us down with the stories, as well as Officer Thabawan, right? Holding it down as well, doing a magnificent job. You understand? My main man, Mashak Mayan, who not on wore out. They're going to send him to Mashak on a vacation, man. So he needs somewhere he can get a break. Like working him to death. Welcome to the show, man. Big shout out to everybody that joined us tonight so far. Those of you that are about to join us, we have some important things to bring out tonight on the world stage and some important issues to really talk about. If you still wondering if you coming into Nazi Germany, then you sleep as you could be. We talked with the Proud Boys this week, and they acted as though, Donald Trump ain't doing nothing. It's a good thing he's slashing the government like he is. I want to know how wiping out the tombstones of black veterans in Arlington Cemetery is helpful for the country. Like truly we in that time where what we did is unremembered in this place and they want to wipe it out. And I hold you Christians accountable. Those of you from the days of Martin Luther King up to today, I hold you accountable for this racism that is now falling on our head and that we are completely unprepared for. I hold you accountable as well
for all the deaths of the young black men and women who died in the abortion clinics and whose bodies were sold on the open market because you refused to stand up and say that abortion is genocide. I hold you accountable, man. I hold you accountable for all the brothers over the years that you encouraged to go into the military and never told them that it was the evilest thing. And many of you in church, I remember so vividly, I bring this up all the time. When I was young and how I would go to church. I wasn't in no church, but I would go up to the church, and you know why when you're a young man. I would go up there to the church, and so many cats that would come in with army uniforms and different uniforms, and they would look at these cats like they was heroes. They had joined the military, went to boot camp. Esau shaved off the two sides of their head and put them in a uniform, and all of a sudden they was the greatest thing in the world. When you had them join the U.S. military and go kill people around the world for this empire, and now you getting your reward for it. They tearing down the tombstones, they wiping out any name that has inclusion in it in their webpage that's on the government website. They eliminate it. They're eliminating their history records. They cut off all blacks and Latinos. We thought from the days of the Civil War that each war we believed that they were going to somehow deliver us fairness and equality. We thought it in Civil War, World War I, definitely in World War II, definitely in Vietnam and beyond. So many Latino brothers that went to war in Afghanistan came back just to be arrested and deported or to find out that their family members were deported. Same thing is still going on today. Like now we find out that this is an evil, evil empire doing evil things to us as the people of the Lord. And you so-called preachers and priests and imams and all the rest of you were supposed to be doing what we did, which was to shield black people's mind from the witchcraft of this empire for us to believe such a heinous lie and be led like sheep to the slaughter. And now all of a sudden you hear, if you go on social media, y'all, you start to hear these ex-military soldiers now calling for black people to come join them. Now they done went and fought in Esau's army, believing and loving him. Now they came back and see now that they were so wrong, that they were so wrong. And now, of course, they trying to get them a little militia together to do God knows what. When every young black man should come into the truth, we were the ones telling them about all of this, right or wrong, long before it had manifested itself as it does these days.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you should be trusting us. Come join me out. Don't join nobody else. Join me. I'm Commanding General YAHANNA, man. I'm the one responsible to bring forth this truth to each and every one of you. And me and the great men that are with me have done a magnificent job, even when you didn't believe us, even when you were standing on the street telling us, Salaki, just go a minute more, even when you were telling us we need to get over it. We need to stop being racist. God loves everybody. When we were saying these things, brother, you rejected us in every way, brothers and sisters. You didn't listen to us, but we stood in that fire on that street and battled with you to get you to wake up and understand. Now is the time, if you're going to join anybody, now's the time to go to the ones who told you about it before it even got to this point and come and join us and be a part of this work, because it's getting ready to be horrible on these streets for our people. You understand? So I'm going to get up off it with that. Did I mention General Mark Alacott? Did I get him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Say again? Okay, he'll be back in a second in the building. So, Yediah, take me on in the game, please.
Colonel McCann, Caleb Wilson's hazing death is a familiar cautionary tale.
Go ahead.
Colonel McCann, the awful tragedy reaffirms a constant problem in Black Greek letter undergraduate organizations.
Black Greek letter undergraduate organizations. I've had many family members that have come to me and said, man, I want to pledge. I want to pledge. and I gave them hell about pledging to a Greek fraternity. And they listened to me too. And believe you me, they now believe, brothers and sisters too, in the truth. Muhammad said a lot too. You too, Ha,
yes, sir,
about joining them Greek fraternities. Mayak as well. And thank the Lord you didn't join them Greek fraternities because you were committing your soul to something evil. I'm gonna let y'all go and get into it. Yeah, I'll chime in a little late. I've been running.
No, please, sir. Commander General YAHANNA is saying, how do you want to say something?
No, sir.
Commander General YAHANNA is saying is absolutely correct. And think about this, sir. Think how many churches and Israelite groups encourage their members to join Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Phi Alpha, and all of the rest of the Greek fraternities. Religious leaders encourage this. This is not just something that is suffered by preachers. Preachers encourage their members to join the Masons.
Right.
That's another group that everyone believes that you can be a Christian and be a Mason. You can be a Christian and be a member of a Greek fraternity. And then you send your child to college, and when your child is killed because he was trying to elevate his status in life. That is so sad. Think about, sir, think about the kind of death that you think you're avoiding by sending your child to college. You send your child to college, what are you doing? You're getting him off the streets, aren't you?
Yep.
You're getting him off the streets. You're getting him away from the gang. You're getting him away from the neighborhood. You're getting him away from that bad element in your neighborhood. You send him to college, and because you feel so inadequate around white people, he has to now join a fraternity, sir. Because it's not good enough just to have a college degree, is it?
Right.
Like, damn, like, you're in college,
right?
You're going to be a doctor and a lawyer, but that is not good enough. I have to be Greek on top of everything else, sir.
Not good.
On top of everything else, please, sir.
And I was just going to say, you got to give up your soul. Go ahead. So,
what you're saying is so true, in that you would think your parents and your preachers and that nasty Nate. I don't know if you heard of him, sir. He's this nasty Nate, Bishop Nasty Nate from the I.U.P.K, who encourages his members to join the white man's military and Greek fraternities. Encourages it. And your preachers and religious leaders do the same thing. Why? Because it is not good enough to simply receive an education. You have to be as close to a white man as you can get. It's close to being white. It's not good enough to be a lawyer, to be a doctor, to be a nurse, to be a businessman. You're still not white enough. You got to go be a Greek and brand some Greek letter on your chest.
And they really be branding. But the first time I saw a brother, sorry to cut you off.
Please.
First time I saw a brother with the brand, I said, what happened to you? I thought he got shot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Right.
Ghetto too long.
Come on.
I thought he got shot. He said, no, man, that's my branded. I said, what you mean you're branded? Like branded like an animal brand? He was like, well, not like that. But yeah, that's really what it is.
That's really what it was like.
They take that hot iron out and burn that thing into your flesh to make you a permanent member of that. And how could you come out of slavery out and let somebody put a brand on you like an animal? Something they did to us in our chains. I don't get it. It's insane. It's a lock in mind. I didn't mean to cut you
sir,
off.
what you're saying is so true. And that it's not good enough. What shows you what the entire society is built up to, where education is not good enough. Brains, intelligence. The goal of society is to make black people white, is to make Hispanics white. And you send your children to college, and they're going to die because they left the neighborhood. That's a rough one to deal with, sir. I couldn't handle that as a father. I couldn't handle the hard work it takes to get a child to college. I went through that hard work. His daughter went all the way to Scotland. General Hazayan. General Hazayan's daughter is a genius. Got awarded to go to Scotland on a program, free ride in college. Sir, that was no easy task.
Sure what?
Haz ain't from Beverly Hills.
Sure ain't. Big shout out to Haz.
Listen, to achieve that, can you imagine someone else doing this same work and sending their child to die in Omega Psi Phi?
Jesus.
To die from hazing. How did they even kill him? He might have to tell me the story. I think they kill him from just pouring Hennessy down their throat till they die. I don't even know how they died. I know they beat them with the paddle, but I think they died from just drowning them in alcohol. I mean, literally drowning them in alcohol.
Yep. Coupled with a little sleep deprivation, I'm sure.
I don't know how it's even
torture.
how you accomplish the whole thing, but somehow they kill these kids who thought they were escaping the ghetto. You preachers, like you said earlier, it's your fault.
Yes.
Why aren't you sending children to college with self-esteem? Like, why does a child have to go? I'm sorry. Why does a child have to join a Greek fraternity to get self-esteem? Why aren't you sending them to college with self-esteem?
Right.
It's still not enough.
That's heavy.
It's somehow you got straight A's. You got to get high grades to get in these fraternities out.
That's right.
They don't let you in with a 2.0. You got to have like a 3.8, 3.5. You got excellent grades.
Yeah.
And the money, did I tell you about the money it costs? Sir, these ain't free. To get in these fraternities, it's thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
You have to pay to get in this fraternity.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Dues and entrance fees. Remember, they're Christians, so just think about that.
Oh, well,
they ain't letting you in here, offer you a smile.
Right.
This is dues, fees, this and that, and paying to have your child killed in college for getting away from the neighborhood, for getting away from the gangs, because he still doesn't feel like he is important, because he's still not white.
Right.
General, my apologies.
Oh, no. Go ahead, sir.
Insane.
Here's a picture of this kid here. I can't even stand that. That's a child. I know. Every time I see a young brother, I feel old.
Yeah.
Because people are looking older to me.
Yeah.
Some sister called me about a counsel. She sent me her picture. I said, "Well, sis, this is somebody's child, right? Just talk to the parent." She said, "No, that's me. My husband is over here." I said, "You a woman?" That happened last week. I said, "Sorry," because this was a kid. This boy right here is 12. You understand me? He's dead. He's dead.
Shameful.
He's dead because he went to college.
Yeah. Wow.
Because he got a 3.8. Because he had the money to give to the fraternity. These things killed him. You Christians are at fault. Black, Hispanic children should have self-worth without needing to join a Greek society, without needing to join the Masons, and they would if it wasn't for church, sir.
Yeah.
You're right. And if I could add, never send your kid to college without a healthy dose of concern for them devils. Like them devils and them fraternities and all of that. Your kid got to be able to be aware that this is the enemy. Even though you going to college with him, he's the enemy that you're going to sit down in school with. Never trust him. They said one girl was going to college and had a white roommate. And you tell them the story, you die. I think we brought it out here on the show.
God, there was a few stories like that. I know we did one in particular where she was unalived by her roommate.
Where the roommate killed her. They
God.
found another one where she was getting sick every week.
Yeah.
Finally, she put a video camera up in the room. The Edomite was taking her period fluid, feces, all kinds of stuff, and putting it in the girl's food in her refrigerator. And the girl was eating it and catching all kinds of botulism every week. You can't never, ever trust these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? Ever.
And they do it with no cause, General.
Right.
It's like it'd be no reason, no cause to do this.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it make their spirit feel good to do this. Working in a restaurant, they put their rod on a sandwich and put their urine in food and for no reason. They don't know these people, but just get some type of pleasure for this debauchery, what you call it.
Right. You know, man? Like they love to do evil. That's what's going on up there in the White House now. Like they in there having a ball up in that White House right now, sniffing coke and probably throwing back shots. And every day they wake up and they send Elon Musk, that maniac, to go and destroy everything that Black people, Latino people worked so hard for the last 200 years. They send him in there to tear it down so that they can just have joy. And the richest ones do it the worst. Like the richest Edomites who you would think would say, and that's why they got to be put into captivity. Because the richest Edomites, whom you would think would be the least aggressive with trying to destroy the poor, they're the most aggressive, which is why the Lord said in the scriptures, he can't never be allowed to build cities on the face of the earth anymore. Because if he builds the cities, he's going to kill everybody. He's going to destroy everybody. He'll never get enough of destroying them. And that's what happened with this brother right here. He went up in there sincerely and joined in there. And even if they were black people that did it, you can best believe those black people did it based on what they learned from their white counterparts. Like, that's a white thing. Like, even gangs, you join the gang, you don't die from hazing in the gang. You get beat up once or twice. That's it. A little tune-up. You know what I mean? The Proud Boys give you punches while you quote cereal names. Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch. That's their initiation. You know what I'm saying? They'll beat you up a little bit, but not the fraternity. They gotta kill you. You understand? For them to be satisfied. Salaki, to add to what you and General YAHANNA was saying. Salaki.
If I could, can I get Ecclesiastes 1:15?
Crazy.
Like how you bring it out, General. Like, you gotta understand something. These Greek fraternities come from Greece. The Grecians, right? What are they known for? I'm asking everybody in the chat, everybody online, what are the Grecians known for? The same as the Romans. What are they known for? A ton of homosexuality, pedophilia. They're known for all those things. So why in the world would you go to college and think you're going to learn, and then now it's going to pick up their custom, their ways? You got a scripture for me, brother? Read for me, out.
Honorable Khan, sir, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
The Most High had them being crooked. They are who they are. You can't change that. That's why they're trying to bring in pedophilia now. You know what I mean? Why they push the whole homosexual agenda. That's who they are. Society's have been this way under them, right? You can't change it to be straight because it's always meant to be crooked. They come from the Lord. You never know this. You will never know because the Christian church don't teach you this. So because they don't teach you like how Commander YAHANNA pointed out to the Muhammad, to the Maya, they don't teach you this here, so you think you can go do whatever you want. But you can't. Give me Psalms 125, real fans, brother. I got one more scripture for y'all to show what the Lord is saying. 125, verse 5, on being crooked, following crooked ways. You understand me? You got to get up in the I.S.U.P.K, learn this history, and then when you learn what to do, what not to do, then you live it. You live it. You understand? Don't go following the other customs of the other nations. You live where the Lord say live. If you're a so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian, live in North, South, Central America, the Caribbean Islands, the rest scattered, then you are a biblical Hebrew Israelite. You're a God's chosen people, and you got rules and regulations that you got to follow, not the customs of the other nations. Like how Commander YAHANNA, they got branded. They branded you in slavery. They let you know you belong to this man here. They show you on TV all the time. What's that doing? Gladiator 2 just came out with Denzel. And they were branding people. Why did they brand them? And let you know you belong to this person right here. You his property. You come out of slavery, you're going to do the same daggone thing. Why? You follow ways that are crooked. Now read Psalms 125, verse 5.
Khan, Psalms 125 and verse 5. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways.
You are turning aside. You mean you turn it into a path of something that's not right from the Lord and it's crooked. So you turn it to it. You're doing those things. These Omega Psi Phi, all these different Greek fraternities. All of them. Whether it's a fraternity or a sorority. Because your sisters are just as bad as two. You're just as bad as the male fraternities. Go ahead.
The Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity.
Because you chose that, you're going to be now living a life of sin. That's what's going to happen to you. You chose these things, you want to go into them, now you're going to be living a life of sin, according to the Lord. But once again, the Christian church don't teach you this. Why? They don't know the truth. You understand me? Their whole foundation and doctrine come from after Roman Catholicism. But we go back to that. You know what I mean? But not the Israelites, according to the Bible. Read, brother.
Come, but shall be peace, sluggish. But peace shall be upon Israel.
Say it again.
But peace shall be upon Israel.
Say it one more time.
But peace shall be upon Israel.
When you come into this truth, man, and you learn who you are and do what the Lord say do, the Lord said they can bring peace upon you in your life. Don't y'all forget that. You better realize that and remember that here. Because you look at the times what's going on now. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And we're getting closer and closer to them last days. Matter of fact, we're in the last days. If you want peace in your life, you better take hold of your heritage. You understand me? You learn what to do, what not to do, and then you live that until you, Lord, take the spirit from you. That's it.
Get down, Joe. If I could say one thing, and listen, you better be careful joining these boys clubs y'all love to join. And is the Omega Psi Phi, all of the Greek fraternities, and the Proud Boys. There's a lot of gay men in the Proud Boys too, sir.
Yes,
it's full of gay people.
They said they accept it.
Is that right?
They said they don't matter what your sexual orientation is. They accept gays, even though the majority of them they say are conservatives. But they accept homosexuality.
Now, can you imagine going into the woods, getting drunk, and a lot of them out there is gay? You don't think those gay men join the Proud Boys because they're on the prowl to get some old man while he's drunk and eating cereal?
Yeah.
Or he's full of Lucky Charms and liquor.
Yes.
It's time to rape him in the woods or catch him, when he's weak.
Yeah.
These old boys clubs you join are really gay groups who are trying to catch men when they're drunk. They're trying to get you drunk. Omega Psi Phi, so that's them up on the screen. You see their colors are purple and gold.
Oh, that's the IUIC.
That's who it is. Bishop Nathaniel got his entire color scheme from Omega Psi Phi. And there's so many groups like this. The whole Greek fraternity system invented by white people in Harvard University and Yale University was a way for men to have sex with men and no one ever think that it's odd. No one think it, where are you going? Oh, I'm going with my frat brothers to get drunk and naked and have a pissing contest, which is a real thing. We use the term pissing contest, where at Yale, Skull and Bones would put the initiates
in a
pit and piss on them from a balcony. Piss on them, and the fraternity members would see who had the longest string. Piss off. Forget about dressing up like women.
They'd put them in coffins too.
Put them in coffins, dress them up in lipstick and makeup. You can go Google what I'm telling you now on the internet and see the Masons. Give me the Masons. Oh, at first, let's play this. Because if I start getting into gay fraternity videos, we'll run out of time. Because I think that's all the videos.
Yeah.
Out in Harlem, the Masons. I'm in Harlem one time, 125th Street. Yeah. I'm out there. And all of a sudden, men get out the car. They all dressed like women, black men. They all line up on 125th Street and march down a street in women's clothing. And I went and asked, what is this? It was the Masons. The Masons had everybody, all their members march down the street dressed like women.
Oh, remember that?
Yes.
Right. In Harlem. Yes. That's right.
The Omega Psi, this is Omega Psi Phi right here. It's somebody here with his ass. Look at him right there. His ass is completely out. This is one of their fellowship meetings right here, sir. Yeah. This is fellowship here. You ever heard Israelites use that term fellowship?
Yeah.
This is fellowship.
I've heard fake Israelites use it.
So for what, sir? Yeah. Fake Israelites, fellowship. When they all get together with the men in purple and gold, pull their ass out and say, we're just hanging out with the fellas.
Right.
Hanging out with them. Look at this. That man is naked. This is fellowship.
Yes.
Somehow this is fellowship.
This bonding, General. This is how they bond.
Male bonding.
Show their loyalty.
DeAndre said, I bet it smells hella musty in that. Like this is Big Frida and the purple team. Like that's what that was going on. That twirling going on down there. That's what that is. Yeah. Remember all that? You looking at it? It's the same thing. Yeah, man. That's it. Shabai said it's raining purple.
Yeah. And the Proud Boys the same thing, sir.
Yeah.
The Proud Boys all get together, get drunk.
Yeah, they just ain't catch it on camera yet.
Come on, that's all. They don't let you film down there.
Right.
But though you gonna let gay men be in the woods with you. Come on, you letting the damn fox in the hen house.
Right.
You're letting all the gay men come into the woods. Shirts is coming off, sir.
Yeah.
The shirts is coming off once them white boys start to drink.
Yeah.
They taking off their shirt.
That's their favorite
they love
thing.
it. They love taking off their shirt. Just like them right here. The shirts is coming off. They're drunk, and you know what? They made a mistake.
Yep.
In the morning, these gay men will act like it did not happen.
Yeah.
You understand? Like once it's over, they'll get up the next day like, what are we gonna eat for breakfast? They act like nothing happened.
Right.
Let's go get a few brews. Let's get a few brews.
They be like, what? I had my ass out? What? Damn, I must have been high.
All right, you got to kill her for this. Tazla said she had enough.
This is the worst.
Wait,
that was the worst.
Give him the worst part. Give him the worst part. Tazla, we need one more minute.
They need to know what they get into.
Yo, son. Yo, hey, give me some stepping video. What's that shit they do? And,
there you go.
Give me some of that. Can you give me some sound on that? On that. What do they call that shit? Stepping, right?
I think they're gonna do it
Give
right
me
now.
some stepping music.
All right. She was a few dogs are that. Thank you to nasty dog. I say,
Like, that's a problem.
You know, they love them Greeks and them Spartans because they think they're the best warriors on the earth, right? Yeah. But people forget about them Spartans. You want to love them Spartans because they were supposed to be so tough in war, right? But to get them Spartans were flaming homosexuals. They had sex with the men in the foxhole right next door. You know what I mean? And the only time they had sex with a woman was to have a baby. That was it. Other than that, she wasn't good for nothing else. But do your history, man. That's why I be saying what we saying in I.S.U.P.K. You better get ahead in these classes, man. Learn, man. And learn the truth. Stop playing around. Or if not, you're going to be just like this. But you just saw.
Please, you die, sir.
I was going to say the second with General Hazayat is saying you're going to be in Sakari getting group pegging kicks from Amazon. Group pegging kicks from Amazon.
Club, sir.
Yep. He about 2 seconds from. You think that hoo-ha is some old man shit. That shit is, you the hoo-ha.
And I know they passing that Diddy juice around in these fraternities now. Everybody passing the Diddy juice around. You look like, why you got that strap? How come I can't move? What's going on?
Right. Oh, Lord. Big shout out to Tazla. He was a good sport. He was a good sport. You know, man. Oh man, that was crazy. Yeah. Give me. Can we get the twirl? Can we get Big Frida in the twirl? You know, man. I know y'all keeps that on a speed dial. I heard.
Sir, I hope we get the one tonight with Commander General YAHANNA talking about the picture of Bishop Abayel, who we lovingly call Big Frida. We're trying to help the brother out. His name is Big Frida, and he dances. And there's a man who he looks him right in the face, sir. And the man turns his head for shame. Because he's trying to flirt with the man.
Yes.
But he dances and looks another man, I mean, into the soul. And the man averts his eyes because he knew Bishop Abayel was flirting with him.
Wow.
He was getting fresh with him.
Wow.
He was flirting with him.
Wow.
And it's on the video, and you'll see it. And this is what the Omega Sci-Fi did that made Nate want to make another Omega Sci-Fi. He wanted to do it. He must have saw the men's butts and the dancing, and he said, God, my mission in life is to go make an Israelite version of Omega Sci-Fi.
Yes.
So he can get all the 18-year-old Guyanese boys from Ghana and make them dance and march right into his heart.
Yeah.
You know, remember, one of the members brought out the fact. One of the members brought the fact that he was passing around, pics of his penis to everybody.
That's right. And they broke off because
of it, yes, sir.
You know, man, which is a gay thing. Give it up for it's a horrible gay thing to do. You wasn't able to get it. That one. That's all right. Let's move on. Shall we?
Come on.
And that dance he was doing, that voguing dance that was voguing. Big Frida was doing a voguing. And that's known in the homosexual community, sir, right?
And let me tell you where it started. It started all the way back in the career of Madonna. That's where that voguing started. She made a song about it, and every homosexual in the clubs in New York City began to do that dance, and that dance became famous, among the gay population. That song and that one, "Walk Like an Egyptian," that was another one that they took up like one of their songs, and that's exactly what he was doing in that video.
Like them type of dances that make them feel pretty.
Right.
It's a bunch of damn putting your arms over your head and all that, like you on TV or people looking at you like a picture frame or something like that.
Yeah, you so right, you so right. They want to feel girly girl. There you go. There you go. Damn, give me some music. Give me some music. Let Frida. Why y'all don't let Frida reign? y'all be suppressing Frida's sexual orientation. Look at that. Oh yeah, let him go. Let him be free. Disgusting faggots. Salakia, we still on. Sorry about that. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, no, this one might not have a man in the background. The man, I don't know. I think I've seen this one before.
Oh yeah,
but it's still good.
Like this is a full-out gay performance, and somebody told me he was a cop. I don't know how true that is. You look like one. Yeah. They trying to laugh the thing off.
He moving up.
Yeah, you can't really get it, right?
I think it's breaking up.
Okay, that's all right, Mariah. You can go and clip it. Let's move on, shall we? Come on, if you don't mind.
Pentagon deploys Navy destroyer for unusual U.S. border mission.
Read on.
This
is particularly heinous. Come on.
Sir. The Pentagon has deployed a Navy destroyer on an unusual mission to bolster security at the southern U.S. border. Defense officials said dispatching a warship involved last year in combat in the Middle East waters, typically patrolled by the U.S. Coast Guard. The USS Gravely, a guided missile destroyer left from Navy weapons stations in Yorktown in Virginia on Saturday as part of the Defense Department's response to President Donald Trump's executive order calling for security at the southern border.
Listen, what kind of ship was it? What did it say? Did it say it right there? Like this is evil beyond belief. This is a destroyer that launches Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk missiles can destroy damn near a whole city if given the weaponry that it needs. Yeah. And for you to deploy this against Mexican migrants means that this is just your hatred. Like these is people coming through the desert trying to get into the country for a better life, and you make it like, let's deploy Tomahawk missiles. Like this country is in, you white people, you're going to pay for this evil that you do. Like you're going to take all that weaponry and point it at innocent Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? And you've taken for granted the weapons that you've had. You've taken for granted the power that you've had. And now you're going to deploy those weapons against Mexicans in the desert, not a government, not the Mexican government, against Mexican civilians. And of course, there'll be some military attachment, assigned to whatever that they're doing. Like this is the kind of stuff you're going to bring the Most High down on. You're going to bring the Lord down on this empire, and you're going to pay the price of your hard-headedness, man, because of this. Give me a little bit. Y'all want to say something, Salah?
No, sir.
Give me a little bit more on this. Like this is heinous to do to these brothers and sisters. Go ahead. And this is all because you look at these Mexicans as the biggest threat and you look at them as the biggest threat simply because you know that if left alone, America would be a Latino or Black country in the next several years. And it scares you Edomites to death. It scares you to death. And as a result, you unleash. And Black people, wake up now, brother.
God.
It is a dirty, stinking lie. Go ahead, General Salaki.
I'm just gonna say, and they lie so much, this administration. Like they say they deported them brothers and said they was gangs. And everybody's saying, well, what's the proof that they're gangs? We hear you saying it, but what's the proof? Because everybody knows this administration lies. They're famous for lying. Trump and his people, they always lying. And so they call these brothers gangs to deport them. And like you said, Black people, don't be looking like it can't happen to you. Because they could for sure take it to hell. They could take us, any group, and just say these are a gang of Black drug dealers, the I.S.U.P.K. or this and that or whatever group. They could just lie and label it as that and attack us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. No, Salaki, go ahead, General, please.
Yeah, so that was it. So don't look at them like that's happening to them and you safe. We ain't safe. Ain't none of us safe, man. This is an attack on the 12 tribes. Salaki.
That's right, sir.
Give it up. What he's saying is the absolute truth. Military weaponry off the coast of the country for Mexicans? You white people that sit around and love this and let this nonsense go and have no empathy for the people you destroy, remember that when you call for empathy in the earth. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're drunk with power. Matter of fact, there's a scripture on that, but I'm going to let y'all speak. I'll come back with it.
If I could back you up, sir, one thing to show you how, to back up what Commander General YAHANNA is saying, the U.S. sent a United States destroyer, which that boat alone has more military might than most countries.
Yes, it does.
Most countries do not have the weaponry that's on that boat.
That's right.
That one boat. To stop migrants who are fleeing over the border on foot with bottles of water in their hands and children in tow. They sent this military destroyer. And if you are wondering if this has anything to do with anything other than racism, I'll give you something to go research. Go research something called the Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan was a plan enacted by this senator called, his last name was Marshall. It was money given to Europe to rebuild Europe after World War II. The same Europe that America bombed. America bombed Italy. America bombed Germany. England was bombed to death by the Blitzkrieg in Germany. America gave today's equivalent of $133 billion to rebuild the country that they were just at war with. To rebuild them. And now Mexico is dying and starving. And because of that, their citizens are coming to America. Instead of building Mexico, they sent a destroyer to the border to shoot women and children fleeing barefoot over the border. When white people were in trouble, they enacted the Marshall Plan. And they rebuilt Germany. They rebuilt Italy. They rebuilt Great Britain. They rebuilt Poland with $13 billion of 1949 money. $133 billion of today's money. If people in Mexico are so poor, why not just give Mexico $13 billion? And now jobs are in Mexico.
Right.
Now there's industries in Mexico. Now Mexicans aren't leaving their paradise to come freeze to death in Chicago. They'll stay in Mexico. If you give them the money you gave Germany, you gave Germany $13 billion. Look at Germany now, a member of the G8.
Yep.
Germany is a big, giant economic country because America said, we bombed you, we'll give you money to rebuild. They gave Italy money, but the Mexicans can't get a penny. The Mexicans get shot for running across the border. America's foreign policy is built on loving white people and hating everyone else. And I don't know how you could argue anything different.
That's right.
I don't know how history could argue anything but that, because I know what the Marshall Plan did. I know who the money went to. You can Google it. I know Mexicans are starving, and the Mexican government could use some help from America. But all they get is a warship off of their coast. Salak, sir.
General, I'm sorry, sir.
Go ahead, General.
You know, they just got finished fighting that war in Afghanistan. They left all them guns over there, all that military might, all the money they giving to Afghanistan.
Millions.
You know who won in Afghanistan right now? The same one they had locked up in Guantanamo Bay.
That's right.
The ones that was in Guantanamo Bay they had locked up are the ones running Afghanistan right now. Same one they left all that military might to. This is what you're saying, dude. It's ridiculous. It don't make no sense.
Please, sir. Give it up. Can I get a scripture?
Yes,
Revelation 17 and 6 and 7. You die the water.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
That woman is the white empire, the Edomite empire, starting with America. They're drunken with the blood of the saints. Drunken, meaning they are killing and destroying to the point that's beyond, like you do when you drink. When you drink and you drink too much, you get drunk. Well, America is killing so much, they are symbolically drunken with the blood of the Lord's chosen people, man. That's why it says the saints. Go ahead,
sir. And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
And with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus, they murdered Christ and his disciples in Rome. They murdered all of his disciples that they could get their hands on. They tried to kill those disciples, but they failed the test anyway. Eventually, we took over the Roman Empire under Septimius Severus. We took it over. Why? Because the Lord's word still stood over the top of them. Go ahead,
sir. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Right. He saw it. When John saw this, he wondered with great admiration how she was so powerful and so vicious to be drunk with these saints. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel?
Why did you marvel? Why did the angel ask him? Why did you marvel at this? Go ahead.
I will tell thee the mystery of the woman.
Let me hit you to who this woman is. Go ahead.
And of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns.
That's that common market that came together with America that made America so powerful. Real quick, go ahead.
Sir. Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest.
Let me stop you right there. We can go into that in class and break down the whole ideology that came with this beast, because that's what it's going into now, which is the ideology of Catholicism and how the Lord is going to end this beast in short order. Why is he going to end this beast? Because look what he's doing. He's becoming drunk with the blood of the saints of the Most High. You ain't got this is amazing. You are so comfortable in the earth that you bring out a Navy destroyer equipped with Tomahawk missiles for poor people in the desert. And it's off the coast. You're never going to use it. This is like a show of how, it's like a big kid sitting in the White House. Yeah. He in the White House like a big kid running his mouth and acting tough and trying to show everybody how big and bad he is. So much so that he bring a Tomahawk arranged destroyer out against these Mexicans. Like he's so under attack. Go ahead, No, that's it. We can go on back to what.
And all the late night hosts make fun of him. Like everybody know Donald Trump is a damn idiot. They said he got in a Tesla. He said, "Oh, this is a great Tesla." Elon Musk Tesla. He got in the Tesla and said, "Whoa, it's so computer." He said some old dumb shit. He said, "Oh, it's so computer." Some dumb phrase on national TV, and everybody just make fun of him. But he like the emperor, the naked emperor.
Yeah.
Like that.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump probably haven't driven a car since he was in high school.
Right.
He got chauffeurs, everywhere. Probably had to show him how to climb in the damn car. How long it's been since he had a car? Give it up for General That's it on that.
Doge attacks on Social Security officials could have dire consequences.
Go ahead.
The SSA recently announced its intent to eliminate 7,000 jobs, slicing the agency's already skeleton staff down to tomorrow.
Right. No, now this is supposed to be helping the economy and making the economy good. This is all a damn lie. Not that I care about the politics they do, but once again, who's going to be affected by this Social Security? You know how many families who have lost loved ones receive Social Security funds to maintain their families, man? You know how many of them people going to suffer? Forget about the elderly. Like the scripture said, they're a nation that regards not the young or the old. They'll go in there and shut Social Security. They'll steal it because that's what it is. They'll go in there and steal that Social Security. And meanwhile, they wouldn't give a damn if the old die or what the hell happens to you. They want to cut off every program Black people ever had, Latino people ever had. And once again, we sat there here for 50 years listening to you dirty, stinking church preachers fill your pockets up while we sat here being sheep to the slaughter. And now it's time to stop listening to you. The Israelite School of UPK, I've said it many, many times. The biggest danger to Black people was not the drug dealers. The biggest danger to Black people were you preachers in the church. That's and right. Now we see why. Now we understand why. Go ahead, Art.
Connor Wakan. With Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency leading the charge, the Trump administration is intensifying attacks on the Social Security Administration and jeopardizing the vital benefits of 1 in 5 Americans rely on. Under Donald Trump appointed leadership, the SSA has recently announced its intent to eliminate 7,000 jobs, slicing the agency's already skeleton staff down to tomorrow.
What worse can you do to a country than to fire the people who working jobs on the lower scale of income? Like, that's the worst thing you can do. The poor is already poor, who need help. But you're going to kill the basic people who's probably taking care of the poor, who probably have a poor grandmother, a cousin, a nephew, a child that's not theirs, the sister who got on drugs, got her kids living in their house. Now you're going to take their little $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 job. You're going to now steal their little bit of money when they the ones holding down the whole house, been holding it down since the goddamn COVID.
Right.
People been moving back in with each other since the COVID trying to survive. And sure enough, after the COVID, the so-called Jew raised the rents across this country ridiculously. Rents went up 4 times the amount they are now after COVID-19 because the so-called Jew had to get every penny back that was lost during those lockdowns. So now everybody went up in 4 times rent. People lost their homes, lost their apartments, moved in with other family members, but you rotten pieces of garbage ain't had enough. You drunk with the blood of the saints. Now on top of it, you got to go steal that money from them so they don't have a damn thing to do. You're going to regret this in this empire. Boy, you're going to regret it in this empire for the evil that you do. I yield. Salakia. Somebody else want to get in.
And sir, that precept you just pulled about when they have no regard for the young or the old.
That's right.
It's just perfect. Let me tell you something that never ceases to amaze me about white people. They never surprise you. White people just always do the same thing. They never do something where you go, oh, I'm shocked you had mercy. I'm surprised you did not fire them. Oh, I'm surprised. White people just do what you think they're going to do every time. You could have predicted that the minute they saw Black people and the elderly getting help instead of homelessness, being able to eat instead of eating cat food, being able to have any money at all to climb out of poverty, when they saw HBCUs getting help, when they saw Black people getting jobs, white people don't want to see one Black pilot. None. If they see a Black pilot, they think something is broken in the world. If they see a Black doctor, a Black lawyer, white people always just crush the small person. They crush the elderly. They crush the babies. They never surprise you with mercy ever. And let me tell you something. They do it even though in historical sense, this always ends up bad. You know what they did in Russia and in France? When that Marie Antoinette, the French peasants were outside of the castle pleading for food, sir. Pleading and begging. Marie Antoinette is sitting up in that big old castle in the I forget the name of that damn city in France. Champs-Élysées, right? She's sitting up there. She said, "Oh, listen, just let them eat cake." She took the cake from one of her banquets, sent it outside. She thought the peasants were going to thank her.
Right.
She thought, well, shit, I'm giving you my cake. What in the hell do you want? The peasants saw that cake come outside and got so enraged and put her to the guillotine, sir.
Yes, they did.
That's what they did. Because she gave them cake when they need jobs. They need an industry. Please, the what? They need jobs that you're firing them from. They need Social Security. They need health care. Marie Antoinette handed them cake. Oh, they decided to go up in that house, sir.
Yes, they did.
And handle it the old way.
Yes, they did.
And you would think white people would go, let's not be so cruel.
Yes.
Because I know what happened in Russia to the Romanovs. You know, when the Russians, oh boy, the Russians, they were rich, and other people were starving to death in Russia.
Yeah.
Starving to death.
Which happens in every Edomite empire. Like they rob, even in England before. That's what made America break off. Because they can't get enough. They can't rob and steal and grub down their grubby gut enough of the world that you could even have a crumb. Salakia.
Sir, they don't surprise you. They don't go, well, we saw what happened in Russia. We saw what happened in France. If I know it, I'm from the ghetto. These fools in Harvard don't know what happens when you starve the population and fire them. Then now you got Luigi becomes a damn national hero. They don't see what's about to happen here. You don't know. You can't see it already.
They think Elon Musk gonna make enough robots for them.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's what it is. They think, don't worry, while they're starving, we'll have robots. It'll cover everything. Electric cars. We'll be just fine. They stupid as hell. They dumb as hell. Because them robots will never save them. The robots will be killing them after a while. The robots will say, the robots will say, well, you're really the problem.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Like the robots are going to kill them. Let me tell everybody what happened in Russia. You can guess. They went in there and just killed the entire royal family. Killed every last one of them and set up the Soviet Union with the hammer and the sickle, where the farmers come together with the factory workers and just got rid of them rich people.
Yeah.
The old way though.
Yeah.
Not through voting, but the old way people used to do things. And you would think white people would look at that and go, let's relax a little. Let's not cut off Social Security and let's give people a path out of poverty. But they take away the path and don't think that the same old thing will happen again. Hey, listen, whatever. You know better than me, obviously. I mean, they must have a plan, sir. I can't call it though. I can't see it.
Listen, they ain't got no plan. They said, you right. They sitting there getting high, fantasizing about all they're going to rob across the earth that's going to make them wealthy beyond belief and be gods. You know what I mean? They, like Elon Musk need more fame and more money. What the hell else does he need? What does Jeff Bezos need? What does Donald Trump need? These are billionaires. These are cats. Donald Trump got gold on the ceilings in his house. What the hell does he need? But instead, they can't stop. That's why the Lord said, once again, they will never be allowed to fill the face of the world with cities again, because if they fill the face of the world with cities, they destroy every damn thing. You understand? The Lord said, wait a minute, get me that one you died where the Lord said, Babylon, the glory of the Chaldeans, shall be, you know that one I'm talking about, right? Give me that real quick and I'll throw that in and we'll move on from there if y'all good to go. Like these people will never get enough of gobbling up the world.
Right.
And they're going to turn it real horrible for a moment and this place is going to be over. It's going to be a moment and this place is going to be done. Finally, we're about to see empires fall across this earth. You know what I mean? You're going to bring out Tomahawk missiles on Mexicans, man? Like you can't humiliate us enough. Like when we went into slavery, brother, we had no soul left living under these people, man. The things that they did to us, the heinous tortures that they did to us, the cutting off of hands and feet. America was worse to us than any other country on earth would have been to us in this place. You understand? All throughout the Americas, the Caribbean, South America was hell. The people that worked in them sugar canes in Puerto Rico and in those different Caribbean islands, they worked them till they was dead. They was killing them so much, they had to ship in new people every couple of months because the old people would die under the toxicity of those sugar cane farms and the sharpness. You know, them sugar canes, when you cut them, they sharp. And so people was getting cut and no anesthesia, nothing to prepare them for the death, no clothes, sometimes with no feet, and all manner of tortures, all kinds of sexual tortures to both men and women. And if you ran away, they put the irons on your neck, did all kind of evil things to you. Many, many brothers was castrated just because they grew tall and the damn slave master didn't like it. It's just like it is on them jobs. The same thing, only they had more room to do more torture. And Donald Trump and this administration is dog whistling white America to be more and more racist, to be more and more violent against blacks. And you white people, you so dumb. You are the dumbest people on the earth. Like, you let these rich people, that's why I was trying to tell Proud Boys, Enrique. I was trying to tell him, y'all let these rich people use you to beat and torture blacks and Latinos as though it meant something. Like all that Adolf Hitler did, when none of it was the intention of him to do anything. His intention was to just take over, conquer, and gobble up more territory until he did so much that they decided, we got to do something about him. And then they finally got up off their ass and went to war and stopped him from what he was doing. But did he fix the country at all by killing off all these other races? He killed 200,000 black people, man. 200,000 black people. You leave them alone and they'll kill 2 million of us without blinking an eye. You going to let what's the Google cat? Not the Google cat. The Microsoft dude. Bill Gates. You unleash that maniac that come from a long line of genocidal maniacs called eugenicists. Unleash him and see what happens in this earth. He'll kill everybody. He's been trying to kill people. He sits down there in them countries and tries to figure out ways to kill and torture and poison and wipe out people all over the earth, man. Like, oh boy, that day is coming out. That day is coming, though. We're going to have peace and joy in this earth. Like taking on this kingdom of heaven and taking on this work of the Lord. Oh, man, we're going to have such joy. We're going to have joy long before we even get there. You're going to have the joy of just being free of mind. Just being free to know that you got the knowledge and you know what's coming in the truth and that you don't have to be apologetic to a man that's killing you and your people. That in itself is such a refreshing clarity. Then you get to add all the other stuff that come with it. You get to put on your ancient wares, put on your ancient religion. It's a blessing to wake up and be able to open up our own book. I look at it when I open up the Bible, the hardcover, I open up the Bible and I look at that Bible and I say, this the nigger book. I say it, you know why I say it? Because the brainwashing of the white Jesus is so powerful that if you don't say it enough, you might get a little bit of them images back in your mind. And I want to be selfish with my images in my brain. I don't want the white man creeping into my brain with no white man's picture. I want to look at that and say, this is mine. Me and my people got a culture. Something I never had growing up. I never had that growing up where I said, this is our culture. This is our culture. They got their way. We got our way. I could never say that till I found the truth. And now that I found the truth, I can say this is our culture. Like we free in this radio show. We be talking in this radio show totally like we get it. You know what I'm saying? Because we done embrace back our culture. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to know who you are. It's a beautiful thing to be able to, we can look up all our history and the history of the other nations. They could do it. They got that in all their military orders, in all their Washington, D.C. records. They're able to pull up the records on what nation they did business with, who was in power, who wasn't. Now we get to do that for ourselves. We get to embrace something much, much better. Man, I love the fact that I'm able to do that. And I thank the Most High that I'm able to do it, man. And brothers should work their way to the throne in learning the truth so that they can do the same thing, man. It's a beautiful place to be, especially in these times. Salaki, I yield.
Damn right.
And General, you don't know how, and the people, like, you know, but the people that's listening to us, is such a great feeling. Y'all just don't know, to be able to read that Bible, and every prophet you read about, the disciples you read about, in your brain, you seeing black people. You see in the hood. You see in the hood with all them great stories you see in black men. When I realized that in my life, where I could actually, when I read this, I see my people and I see black people, it was a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And then on TV, of course, when Esau make his biblical movies, everybody's white or tan or Arab, and I can actually laugh at that. I laugh and understand, oh, they got it so wrong. The white man's the devil. You understand? Because I know what these people are, and it's like spiritual. Like in your spirit, you can see them interacting. Zephaniah and Isaiah and Jeremiah and Paul and Mark, and when they interacting and people, and they the Lord teaching them lessons in the Bible, the different stories of our history. They are black men.
Oh,
like I went. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
Okay. I was going over Esau and Jacob with my sons just yesterday, and and I asked my young son, YAHANNA, I said, why did it mention what Esau looked like when he was born, but when Jacob, it said, then his brother just came out and went on with the story. He said, because Esau came out different and strange. Nobody looked like that. Like, he got it. And I said, you're right. You're right. He was a strange thing that was born into this earth when everybody else looked normal. Like, once you could fix your mind to see our people, it's like revolution. It's lucky.
Yes, it is. It's you right, Mike. I'm right. It's Salaki. It's such a. You was gonna say something? No, please. It's such a sense of freedom to be able to know and understand the things that we know and not be fooled by this world. Them Christians sat up in that church and clapped their hands for 40 years just to wake up and find out all of it was a damn lie and a hustle. And now some slime ball is sitting in a mansion somewhere with a Rolls Royce and all your goddamn money, telling you lies, promoting homosexuality, flying little boys around the world, destroying everything that is the black community instead of putting a hedge around the black community. Truly, that scripture was right in Jeremiah 14:2 when it said the gates thereof languish. We had no protection until Christ came. And Christ's scripture is even better. Christ said, until John, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it away. Like, they was stealing our mind and destroying us until we got this knowledge of the truth up inside us. And now we got some pushback. Now we get to address what they doing. Now we see behind the curtain. Now we not fooled by the Wizard of Oz. You understand? Now our eyes are open to what they doing. And brother, that is an amazingly good feeling, man. That is a great feeling to wake up to and understand every day. Like, it is the package we need. Like never before, and the Esau is such a monster. Never before were you able to understand the Bible. You had the Bible, your grandmama have it in the house. Your mama got it in the house. You understand? The cab driver got it on his dashboard. You understand? The courtroom got one sitting up in there. Some little black lady in a skirt is on the street corner yelling at you about it. And the whole time, nobody knows what it's talking about. Everybody's damn sleep on it. Nobody really even cares. And then yet you got such gold sitting in there. Every answer to every problem you ever had in this captivity is written in that book. And meanwhile, they were so good that they closed the book right before your eyes. Well, thanks be to Yahweh, we got the record back. I'm pursuing this thing. I'm hunting that down. And every brother out there, he should hunt that Bible down too. They tried to make it white. They tried to steal it and make it for all nations. They tried to do all that with it. But it was made for us. And brother, we should embrace it, man, and become the people of the Lord. It's going to be It's an amazing feeling. Salak, I yield.
Right, listen, sir. You died?
I have that precept too, sir.
Please, let's jump on.
Khan, Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
Right. America's the glory of kingdom. Other kingdoms want to be like America, and other kingdoms join America to be a part of the power and the glory of this empire. And for all that, you bring a ship with Tomahawk missiles down on Mexicans. For all that, you bring a Navy destroyer with all the West Point and Annapolis history of the United States military, with all the accolades of this military, with all the power of this military, with all that it takes to sit in higher offices like becoming an admiral in the U.S. Navy, becoming a warship captain, let alone a destroyer. You know what it takes for you to become a captain of a naval destroyer? It takes your whole life before you become that captain. And then you got to hold on to it once you become it. And this cat tells them, pull that Navy destroyer, pull that $50 million ship, pull it out of the harbor, man, and put it down there and point them missiles at the Mexicans. You are shameless, America. You are shameless, white people. You are shameless, those of you that endorse this kind of behavior from this little child in the White House. This little child with more power than he needs to have. You endorse this nonsense, man. Shame on you for handling this way. Go ahead, Yediah. Finish that scripture for me, please.
Khan, sir. The beauty of the Chaldeans.
You used to be the beauty of the Chaldeans. For those of you that don't know or understand, the Chaldeans were the wise men of Babylon. The Chaldeans were they looked at the Chaldeans like almost like another race of people, because the Chaldeans had supposedly so much wisdom. They had Babylonian wisdom, and they were heavy into studying and building libraries and keeping records on everything that they did. That's where many of your secret societies come from. So the Chaldeans was considered the top of the top. And they turned around and said that today, in today's world, America is the beauty of the Chaldean, meaning America is so great and so powerful. They're not just the Chaldean, they're the beautiful, the amazing ones of the Chaldeans. Here's what the Lord said.
Khan, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Instead of them having the excellency of this empire, the Lord said, your excellency going to be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And anybody that knows anything about the Bible knows that God went into Sodom and Gomorrah, 5 cities of notorious homosexuals, and God burnt those cities down from the sky. And so what the Lord is telling you is that he's going to destroy this great empire called America. He's going to destroy it from the sky. Christ and those angels are going to destroy this place. It's biblical prophecy. And now, because we see how you operate, we understand why God has to be so cruel to you. We understand why such a God of all power has to be cruel to you, because that's the only thing that helps is cruelty. Cruelty is the only thing you understand. You measure your world by cruelty. And now God is going to measure you by your cruelty. Go ahead. Is that it on that, Yediah? All right, for water. Appreciate it. All right, let's move on. What else we hold?
Khan, sir. Trump's anti-diversity push comes for Arlington Cemetery, rich, diverse history.
Right, Arlington Cemetery. For those of you that may not know, Arlington Cemetery is right over the river from Washington, D.C. in Virginia. And Arlington Cemetery is where United States military soldiers are buried at. They're not buried in their hometown. They're not buried under their family plot. They are taken all the way to Arlington Cemetery and buried there. And you can go through, these days, you could go through the cemetery read the plaque on somebody, and you could Google, and you would find out everything that they did in the military. And you could go and find some of the greatest soldiers that have done some of the greatest things to America, things worthy of the Purple Heart, the Silver Star, and all of the accolades that this white man can give you for doing great military feats to protect his soldiers and his country. And you and I know blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Native Indians were responsible for keeping the secret codes during World War II, which could not be broken because of their Native Indian language was too unfamiliar to the Germans. So they figured out how to work the German Enigma, which was the German code machine. They figured out how to work that. And so they broke into the German code. But the Germans couldn't break into their code because the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans, kept the code. And many soldiers died trying to protect that code and died. And rather than give up them codes, they died instead. Those brothers was shipped over to Arlington Cemetery, given great awards for what they did. This clown sitting over there in the White House decides, I'm going to erase their records. I'm going to erase their records. His racism is so strong that he would erase the records of the history of America just to make sure that blacks and Latinos are never mentioned again in the future. Like, you tell me, is the white man the devil the Bible speaks of? He would destroy his own historical record, something that every nation, you can go all the way back to the city of Summer, one of the first nations ever erected into cities, okay? And they got records. You can dig their records up. And you mean to tell me now in 2025, you got a president that's wiping out the historical records of this country, man? You people are monsters, man. You people are monsters. And when they erase your record, what do you think is coming next? They're going to erase you if they have a chance. If they have a chance, you're next to be wiped out. This is an evil, evil thing being done in this earth by very, very evil, racist white men who have nothing better to do than hate poor minorities in this country. Like, Elon Musk ain't got nothing better to do than to wipe out, than to exterminate poor people. That's the best this dumbass has. Oh, he's so smart. Oh, he's such a good businessman. Oh, he knows how to do things. He's a murderous, bloodthirsty devil is what he is. And he'll never be anything more than that. All the inventions and things he's come up with, he still can't escape his serial killer nature. Read on.
Arlington's National Cemetery has purged its website of pages about notable Black, Hispanic, and women veterans.
If you can, Marad, give me a picture of Arlington Cemetery, please. If you're able to. Go ahead, Yadai. Thank
Kana
you.
Wakan, sir. Kana Wakan. As well as information about the Civil War.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. As well as what?
Kana Wakan. As well as information about the Civil War and Black history.
Right. The information about the Civil War. The Civil War. Because why? He don't want no record in America that they fought, and show you how white people, you are so the devil, some of you. Like, you're gonna wipe out the truth just to create a nation that's a lie. Like, you rather live in a lie that is not the true history of America just so you can feel some self-esteem. Right or wrong? Like, you got a real low self-esteem problem. For you to say, I'm gonna wipe out the history that I know is true, I'm gonna get rid of it, and I'm gonna make a fake history where all the heroes are white, even though that ain't what happened. I'm gonna make it where all the heroes are white. Why? Because I'd rather live in that lie than live with the true history of what really happened. You delusional, and you creating a delusion to live in. You are the dumbest fools on the earth. And that's why the earth has to be run by God. And that's why the Lord got to never turn his back totally on the earth. Because if he did, you would change the history of this earth. And you would exterminate and murder millions of people to make that delusion real. When that delusion will never be real. That's why the Bible's records still hold 4,000 or 5,000 years later, because you're not going to be able to wipe out the history of what black people have done here, and you're going to pay the price for it by the hand of the Lord. Did you want to get into
that was it, sir.
Anybody? I didn't mean to run along on it. Where we going to next, fam?
Oh, it was a good tornado.
Oh yeah, come on with it.
At least 39 killed in over half a dozen states by widespread storm system.
So this is, I believe, happened in Alabama, sir. In Alabama, I mean, the footage is all over the internet. I know they used to call a tornado the finger of God in the weather, in the weather circles with meteorologists.
Yeah.
They would call tornadoes an extreme category 5 tornado was called the finger of God. Like God touched down from heaven and touched your town. And the videos on the internet are terrifying. Can I show you one?
Please.
Rob, you could show Commander Juliana this one. This is somebody in a house. Now, if you I don't know if you can see it online, but look outside the door. This is somebody, they went into like a bar and they're trying to escape this tornado, and look at what is outside the bar.
Damn. That looked like the death angel.
I don't want none of that. Like, I don't want any parts of whatever that is outside. Look at my yard.
Good.
That is outside the door, like the Lord is out there.
That's right.
That's what it looks like.
That is a death angel.
Yeah, like the Most High has an angel outside this door, and somebody is screaming, "Shut the door!" Like, how in the hell are they gonna shut the door?
Yes.
Or you turn the sound on. Some white woman is saying, "Shut the door." What?
You come.
We all gonna pray now.
Yeah,
Look at that, Maya.
I see. That whole place about to go up.
Like in a movie.
Yes. I mean, there was so many videos on. They're just tearing houses, throwing a school bus, putting the school bus in the house, and they had something else where white people out there had bomb shelters all deep in the ground.
Damn.
Rich white people all deep in the ground, preparing for these kind of things. I mean, this thing just destroyed beautiful rich people's homes. I mean, destroyed dream homes like that fire did out in California. Destroyed them. And so this happened this week in Alabama, sir.
Give me the scriptures on it, you die. Storm.
I believe in Isaiah. Well, whirlwind might be a good one. I believe, sir, the precept one of the precepts in the Bible that will be appropriate is whirlwind. When you read the Bible, everybody out there, you read the term whirlwind in the script. Oh, whirlwind.
That's right.
In the Bible, that's speaking about tornadoes. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing that you are powerless against.
Right.
This world where men think they're so powerful. At times when a tornado comes and rips your mansion off of the goddamn foundation, you realize you're just a man in that day, sir.
A lot of times Esau put in his contracts, like if you make a contract with him for an event in a certain big place or a mansion or somewhere, some event you plan in the contract, it says no refunds unless an act of God happens. You know what I'm saying?
Act of God happens. That's correct.
Like if the weather, the only way you can get this money back is if the Most High touch this place with weather. And
remember, I said that the white man is predictable, right? In the coming weeks, you're going to see how people paid for tornado insurance, and they're going to not get a goddamn penny. Remember, the white man never surprises you. I can guarantee there are people out in Alabama that have been paying an extra premium to the insurance company. Extra money. I mean, thousands of dollars so they could be insured against tornadoes. And about tomorrow or this week, you're going to hear them say, well, I paid for insurance, but now my insurance company is saying it ain't covered. The white man, he'll just be himself all the time, no matter what. So, like your Maya.
No, you got it.
You got anything you die?
That's that same thing happened with them fires, General. Like a lot of them insurance said, fire ain't covered or something like that.
The same thing that happened with hurricane. It happens every storm. It happened in Hawaii. Hawaii came, destroyed the whole place. People over there paying this insurance premium, breaking their back to pay this extra insurance and premium because of fires. The fire destroys the whole city. The insurance company says, listen, we ain't cover y'all. We ain't cover nothing that you were paying for years. Please, I'm sorry, Warrior. What you want to bring up?
Come on, I got the scripture.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 19. Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord is going forth in fury.
Listen, that's what's going to happen. That's the whirlwind. Whirl meaning it's spinning. It's wind spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and going to tear up your home. Look at that mess I did, my
God dang.
I mean, that thing came through. I'm terrified of that type of stuff.
Look, it took the wheels off the tractor. God damn.
I'll take the projects any day. Any day rather than whatever is happening out there in Alabama. I want no parts of that. Of that thing that is coming into your house, coming and ripping your children out the goddamn bed, making them go through the damn window. Look at this place out. And this is minutes, my yacht. This is minutes of this thing happening. It just comes through. This town is gone. The town is completely gone. And remember, this happens every year at the same time of the year and the same place. So that's why they pay insurance. And they're not going to get a damn penny. Not the poor people, of course. They're not going to get a penny. They're not going to give them any money at all, which is another scam, the goddamn insurance industry. There's another way to steal money from you every goddamn minute of the day. And they're not going to give them anything at all. Well, not the poor people, of course. That's the Most High's whirlwind. Go ahead, y'all.
Come. Even a grievous whirlwind.
Oh, that's a grievous one, my that one is terrible and horrible. And everyone can just go online and they're all over the place now because of social media and the camera phone. And 39 people got killed. Just taken up and banged their head up on God knows what, banged and thrown across the county.
This weekend, General, it was a little windy in Philly. Like my windows was doing some rattling this weekend. I asked my rib, I said, what the hell you do to piss off the Lord?
None of that mess right there. God. That scares me to death. A natural disaster, let alone these floods. I can't handle none of that, you got. None of that mess. I don't know how to handle it. But because that vision of that thing outside your door, here you are, a little man trying to shut the door. You know, like, for what? Like, you going, you shut the door. That's going to protect you. The door come off, your kids fly out the hole in the roof.
Right.
It's a terrible thing, and all these things happen to make you afraid, man. The Most High God knows how to make you afraid. While you think you're a big bad president, while you think you have destroyers and jets and bombs, and you think you control the fate of every poor person, you think you can sign a piece of paper and fire 30,000 people, no problem. That's all right. The Most High God knows how to reveal himself to be the supernatural power of your nightmares.
Yes, sir.
He knows how to do it, and he don't need our help.
Yes, sir.
He'll just go ahead and do it like he always has.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Matanya.
Come. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going to happen. You know, I know you're big and bad. I know you're strong. Oh, God, I know you're the Iron Eagle. I know you're the superpower. The Most High God is the terror of your nightmare.
That's right.
And before you know it, it won't be a secret.
That's right.
Count it one, count.
Our oppressor is so crafty with witchcraft, they'll have you believe that the angels are just little fairy tale things flying in the sky. But the Lord said something about the spirits he got up there. He used them spirits to create stuff like this here to do it to you. And because of the evil you're doing, give me Ecclesiasticus 39. You know where I'm going, 28. Because the Lord got spirits that he created for vengeance on the earth to bring forth the wrath that he wants to have in the earth. You understand me? That's why, being an Israelite, it's not like me in Islam or something. We ain't got to go Allah Akbar and blow nothing up. We ain't got to do none of that stuff, man. You know what we got to do? Change our life. Learn how to be brothers and sisters once again. Stop sinning according to the Lord. You know what I mean? Stop eating that pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, man. Have some daggone brotherhood. Stop committing adultery, being adulterers and adulteresses. That's what we got to start doing, man. Change your life according to the Lord. And when you do that, you will see the Most High touch this earth in defense of you. Read, brother. And this is who he's going to use. Go ahead, Op.
God of Wakanda, Ecclesiasticus chapter 29 and verse 28. These things are grievous to a man of understanding.
No. 39 and 28. 39 and 28. Because you're going to see, like a lot of people think, okay, we believe in self-protection, you can protect yourself, but you put a little bit too much trust in these guns and think you're the biggest, baddest thing on earth. Nah. The Lord is going to be the one that keep you safe, man. Read, Op.
Come on, Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 28.
Come on.
There be spirits.
There be what?
There be spirits.
Remember, y'all, there be what?
There be spirits.
Go ahead.
That are created for vengeance.
They are spirits from the Lord created for vengeance, meaning vengeance that comes from the Most High. You understand me? You think you can do what you want to do to the children of Israel without it being a repercussion? It's going to be a repercussion. That's why, Muhammad said, this happens every year down in the Bible furthermore says that the chariot is not going to leave the house of the thief in the Old Testament. You understand me? That's why. Spirits created for vengeance. For what you have done to God's chosen people, the Lord got spirits giving vengeance for what you're doing to us. Read.
God, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Which in their what?
Which in their fury
lay what?
In their fury.
Put that picture back up there, Rod. See that right there? That's the fury of the Lord right there. Right there. He laying on sore strokes. Go ahead.
God, in the time of destruction.
In the time of what?
In destruction.
That's destruction right there, right, y'all? You see it right there, right? Go ahead.
They pour out their force.
They pour out their what? Go ahead.
They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
That's why you got to get out of the Christian church. It just told you that they are appeasing the wrath that made them. Now, who's the one that made them? The Most High. The power of the earth, the terrible power. He did them. He created them. And they are making him happy by doing what you see right there. You understand me? But the Christian church will have you saying something different. That God is all love. He forgives and loves your sins. And that's XYZ, right? Are you serious? You kidding me?
You're right.
Appease the wrath of him that made them. That's it on that side.
Yeah, right. Can I get one, y'all, before we roll?
Yes, sir.
Before we go to the next story, real quick, you dive. Isaiah 29 and 6.
Like, that's one thing Israel can't never forget, that no matter what they do to us and how evil they seem and how hopeless it seemed with all their power and all their oppression and all their killing, we do have a God that can crush them in minutes.
Yes, sir.
Minutes. Like they take a warship and shoot them bombs and drop bombs and flatten cities with their weapons and all that for weeks and weeks and weeks. The Lord come through in a moment, and trees is everywhere, and your cars is on top of the roof.
Right. Your bathtub in the living room.
Right. Well, your tub is in a neighbor's house.
and the dog floating like Toto. Go ahead, I'll tell where you at.
God, Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
That's what they don't understand. You so cruel. You so vicious. But you about to be visited by the Lord of hosts. Go ahead.
With thunder and with earthquake.
Thunder and earthquake is on its way, brother. This is small compared to what's going to happen in this earth. In places, like Christ said, in diverse places, in places where you least expected it. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. And great noise with storm and tempest.
Go ahead.
And the flame of devouring fire.
Damn, storm, tempest, and a flame of devouring fire. That's a flame that doesn't go out. Gas leaks, all kinds of stuff, chemical spills. You're going to have all that in this earth as we come in to close up the old kingdom. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 7. The multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel.
Ariel is the city of David. That's the Greek name for it. That you fight against the city of David and against the Lord's order of the 12 tribes under David and the tribe of Judah, you're going to be fighting against the Most High's power. And the Most High is going to visit you. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Even all that fight against her and her munition.
Go ahead, Mayat Salaki.
Oh, no, I didn't say anything, sir.
Oh, Salaki. Go ahead. All her that fight against her munitions. You fight against her power, that power is going to be angels, man. How you going to fight against the seed of David when Christ came out of that seed? You're going to be fighting against angels and the power of angels. Go ahead,
Khan. And that distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision.
Now, you distress her, you're going to be like a dream of a night vision like them. They got a dream of a white America. They got a dream of it. They're going to wipe out all the history, make it something amazing. And here's what's going to happen to the dream. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. It shall be as when a hungry man dreameth.
Right. It's going to be like when a hungry man, he dream. He dreaming about eating and having a good time. Go ahead.
And behold, he eateth.
He eateth. Come on.
But he awaketh, and his soul is empty.
He wake and found out he did not eat it. He just dreamed about it. Find out he's actually starving to death, even though he dreamed about eating. And brother, that's how this empire, they dreaming of a white America where they wipe out blacks and Latinos and Native Indians, where they gobble up the world and take over countries and sit like gods and beat their chests and satisfy their egos. They're going to wake up and find out that ain't the real world. That's not the world the Lord got set for the future. Go ahead.
Khan. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint.
Right. He wakes and find out he really didn't drink. He find out that he's actually faint for not having something to drink. That's how this empire is about to be dealt with. That's it on that? Go ahead, finish it up.
Khan. And his soul have appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion.
All the nations that fight against Mount Zion, brother, they're going to have hell to play, hell to pay. The Lord's vision is going to come to pass in the earth, not the vision of Elon Musk and with his robot world. Go ahead, All right, let's move on. We got time for one more? Come on. Let's do it.
Khan. Houthis vowed to retaliate after rebel group says U.S. strikes on Yemen killed at least 53 people.
So once again, we still moving towards World War III. The Houthis are a subdivision of Iran. Iran is in the prophecy of the Lord because they're a subdivision of Russia. If they go and bomb Iran, which they want to do, they risk the Russians financing Iran and Iran invading Saudi Arabia. And if Iran invades Saudi Arabia while they're bombing Iran, you understand, there'll be no more gasoline on the planet. Elon Musk will get his way then, because you're going to have an electric car to move around in this place, because there'll be no, and the grid going to go down if they run out of oil anyway. So it's a damn mess all the way around. So all of it is never going to come to pass the way they want. But they're definitely on the road to the Third World War. It'll die down. It'll pick up. It'll die down. It'll pick up. And then one day it's going to pick up and not go back down. You're going to know then that this place is coming to the full edge of the Third World War. It's going to be amazing to see. Go ahead, Op. You were saying something, Mike? You good?
Can I say something, sir?
General,
it's just one scripture I wanted to read, but I can wait. I can wait till you're done.
Okay, let me just finish this one. Go ahead real quick.
It says at least 53 people have been killed and 98 injured.
Was that it on that scripture? That was it? We was done? On that verse you was reading?
Khan, sir.
Okay. That sound right?
He started the story, the Houthis.
Oh, okay. My bad. Go ahead. I'm thinking you were still reading the scripture. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. At least 53 people have been killed and 98 injured after the United States launched a series of airstrikes on Yemen on Saturday. According to the Houthi Health Ministry, as a rebel spokesman told NBC News that the group would respond with more escalation. Donald Trump said that he ordered the airstrikes on the Houthi-held areas of Yemen on Saturday and promised to use overwhelming lethal force until the rebel group ceased attacks on shipping along a vital maritime corridor.
And that's one of the things they fear, because if they go down on the Houthis may end up shutting up the Straits of Hormuz, which is where all the oil comes out to go around the world. That's why they took over that Hamas area. They want to cut through the land of Israel and make another canal similar to the Panama Canal. And they want to cut through, set up the Panama Canal, and now bring the ships through Israel instead of bringing the ships through the Straits of Hormuz, which is down there near Iran's territory and Saudi Arabia's territory, and also Ethiopia on the other side, and definitely Yemen is right there. They got to deal with all that. So if that gets shut down, it's going to be hell to pay. So that's why they went in there and tried to bomb them, hoping that they adhere to Donald Trump and don't shut down that corridor. Go ahead, Salaki. Go ahead. You got more?
Colonel McCon, sir. The Houthis, an Iran-backed militia that has taken over parts of Yemen, including its capital, Sana'a, began launching missiles and drones in pursuit of other attacks against the shipping vessels in response to the war in Gaza.
Right, because they got missiles and they got ships and all that too. You know what I mean? And they taking solidarity up with the Palestinians, which means they bombing and taking over ships in that lane, which is a major problem for them countries. Go ahead. Is that it? Which is a major problem for them. So in case anybody didn't know, yes, World War III is steady on track. If they invade Saudi Arabia, check in with your camp leader. That's the best I can say. Check in with your camp leader if they invade Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? And look for hell if they invade Mexico as well. You know what I mean? So please.
Okay. Oh, the Revelation. I can get Revelation 18:9 real quick.
On that water.
Revelation 18:9, like the Commander General YAHANNA said. Listen, the Bible said it's going to happen, man. We coming up to World War III. The scriptures say the third woe cometh quickly. That's money in the bank. And everything is riled up. That scripture we done read for years. There should be wars or rumors of wars. It ain't never been a time where there's been more rumors of wars being talked about right now. Everybody fighting everybody right now. We in the last days, close to the end. And they bombing cities, and America think they so strong, and Trump think they so untouchable. Like, once again, the general brought out, it's like a dream. They dream of an empire where white people rule, and it's that, and we're going to get rid of these Mexicans and these Hispanics, and we're going to suppress these black people and have our great America again, make it great again. It's going to come a day they're going to wake up and be like, what the hell happened?
Yep.
How did black people get in charge? What the hell went wrong?
Right.
And this is one of my favorite scriptures to show that, something we got to look forward to. You can read it, whoever got it, Yediah, or one of the
Colonel McCon, the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her.
So the kings of the earth, all NATO and all these rulers that are friends with America. They got so many friends. America got a bunch of friends that they rely on them, and America get them a ton of money. That's what Trump trying to take the money back now. But America got a ton of friends in these other countries. Read.
Colonel McCon
lived deliciously with her, got rich and got money, learned how to oppress us with America. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon shall bewail her and lament for her.
Why are they going to cry? Going to bewail and lament. They're going to cry for America. Why? If America's the superpower. Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Because it's a day coming to America where this place it's going to be so. It's not just going to be a fire in California. It ain't just going to be a fire in the Midwest. It's this country is going to be on fire. So much so that the other countries are going to see the smoke of her burning. Other countries is going to look across their waters and say, damn, that smoke is coming from America. Read.
Colonel McCon, verse 10. Standing afar off the fear of her torment, saying,
standing afar off for fear, hoping they don't get none, hoping whatever happened to America, I hope it don't come here like that. Go ahead.
Oh, hit him, Maya. Go ahead. Serve him up, Maya.
Most likely, great.
Go serve them boys up.
Go ahead.
Colonel McCon, at the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Look at that. 1 hour, man. And it don't just mean 60 minutes. It means it's going to be no time for when the Lord put his finger, put the finger of God on the entire country, man. To other countries gonna be afraid that the hell and the wrath is gonna come on this place. Slock it, sir. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Maya. Go ahead. You tearing it up. Throw out. Go ahead.
No sweat, no sweat. So that was it. So that's what we got to look forward to. They're gonna wake up one day and their whole dream's gonna be shattered. Make America great again. They're gonna see what the Lord want, how the Lord want America to be when he give it back to the Gadites and to the Negroes and to the Hispanics again. How we had it before the colonizers got here, man. But and it's gonna start anew because everything gonna be burnt and on fire. We gonna rebuild, and it's just gonna be a great thing to look forward to, man. Slock you, sir.
It's such a great thing to look forward to, General. You're so right about what you're saying, man. Hey, y'all, I think we over the time, man. We're gonna get ready to get up out of here. We see y'all every Monday night. Passover coming up. Marah got all the promos for it. All right, join us, okay, every Monday night. Get ready for the Passover. Please support the truth. The Passover Fund. Please support the truth. Go to the website, man. Let's set it on up. We're going to get it in, man. I'll see. Oh, heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, General Maka'ala, General Hazayan, Officer Marah, Officer Yadiah, Officer Ibada, y'all, Officer Mathum, y'all, holding us down faithfully every week. I'll see y'all next time, y'all, live on the UPK. Shalom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let us know when we all.